Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we wrap up today's show. I once said we wrap up the show and everybody thought I was quitting. No, I'm not quitting. No, this is my favorite show of the year. It is our turkey show, and we have had a great time. Steve Turpin, thank you so much for being in the studio and helping give me some energy, playing those instruments that you brought, that you so proudly have over there. And Tony Dolly, thank you for hooking up with us from over in Mount Juliet. And we got a guest on the show that would, in the old days, he would come visit with us, but now he's become big time, and he has to stay back out there. He's getting paid by the minute, and so he doesn't want to take time to drive in from his luxurious. You know, you've heard of the Trump Towers. This is the Rolling Thunder Tower in Somerville. You know, it's a ground level facility, but it's a long way from Somerville. It's 8 time zones away, and it's good to have Russell Ginn with us, even on the phone. Good morning, Russell.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Larry.
I'm just kidding with you, buddy. I appreciate you. If anybody knows Russell's story, it's me. I guess I was the first one to do it and let the world know. Maybe I created Russell Ginn. I don't know. But,
you did.
I think I did. But am really proud of his accomplishments and what he has been through after losing portions of his legs in a work accident. And that was how long ago, Russell?
That would be 14 years.
14 years. This July has made a name for himself. And, of course, we knew him from peg leg calls. You can now get those on eBay for double the price what they used to be now, you know.
I'm buying them all back.
Yeah, he's bought them all, I think. You might even get them from Turpin over there. I don't know, but he's now part of the Rolling Thunder family out in Somerville, and I hope to be able to see you guys turkey season after what I've been through, but plan to come by and visit you guys, Russell, but appreciate you at least joining in. And I saved the best for last with Russell, and I'm not just blowing smoke because I don't smoke, but I just wanted to let the folks know what's going on at Rolling Thunder. They do have a wonderful new facility, folks, a gathering place just about that Spence Halford and all the gang out there have created, and Russell is very involved in. And tell our listeners what you're really doing now for Rolling Thunder, because it's really something that you enjoy doing, I know.
I run the wood shop. I help develop some of the newer pot calls that we're producing now, trying to revamp some of the old and just kind of modernize some things, add a little peg leg twist to it.
Yes.
Spencer told me this year that he wanted to produce a peg leg pot, and I produced one. It's got the characteristics of the peg leg, but with a Rolling Thunder background, and it's something I'm very proud of.
And you guys have also got a Fox now. I mean, you got I see. Don't you have a slate call with the Fox man on there? I mean,
we have a glass call that Mossy Oak reached out to us and asked us to create.
Cool.
And we've created several of them, and it's a one-of-a-kind type of call.
It is. And are they available now? I mean,
they are. We're still making them and still selling them.
Okay, what about the peg leg call? Is it available now too? So
peg leg calls are available as well.
All right. So tell our listeners, I know you and Steve have known each other a long time, and people may not know what when you say what you do. He's working with wood, folks. This is not something that's coming off an assembly line in Detroit. Your hands are actually on these, aren't they, Russell?
Oh yeah, every single piece of these turkey calls that come off I've had my hands on, and it's taking the wood. We get it locally sourced here in Fayette County, and we're taking different types of species of walnut and cherry.
Yeah, and
cleaning the wood. Once we're through planing it, we set it up, cut it to length, and we're milling every pot. Each pot gets hand sanded, shaped, clear coated, and then we go to assembling. So everything gets touched here by human.
Right there. It's made in the USA. It's made in Somerville.
Exactly.
And I know Steve everything that you done is done by your hands. I mean, you don't have an assembly line of 50 people at Turpin Game Calls.
No, it's just me and you know.
Just me. That makes it sound so small, but it is big when you put your name on it. And I know when you hear Russell talk about that, the wood is pretty particular. What do you primarily use, Steve, when you're making yours?
Well, I use a lot of exotics.
About that, what's an exotic? I know a giraffe is exotic.
So,
I mean,
like on the trumpets,
yeah,
I use a lot of hard, high-density exotic woods that are not native
I got you.
to the United States.
Okay.
And they're real dense, and it's going to project the sound.
Okay.
Softer woods tend to absorb the sound.
Okay.
In a trumpet. And, you know, I use some native woods in box calls and also on the slate calls.
But now, Russell, you're using primarily wood within I mean, you're not shipping them in from Africa. I mean, this.
No, sir.
This
It's
is
all locally sourced.
It's all locally sourced. And how can you tell if the wood's right when you get one? How do you know if a call's right? I'm going to ask Steve that too. And I may even ask Tony that because I've had a lot of failures with calls that cost me some money, you know. But
well, a rule of thumb that was taught to me by Mr. Petrie is if it's one of those calls that they make an instrument out of, or type of wood that they make an instrument out of, it is acoustically good wood.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thumb that we use around here is, you know, cherries, your mahogany, stuff like that, you know, make a good wood.
Almost like a guitar. I mean,
exactly.
You want that sound. Yeah. Is that right, Steve?
It's going to play a sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people don't realize what all goes into, like, the tuning process because, like, you can take a box and a lid, and some call makers will just build one lid for one box.
Uh-huh.
And unless they're just lucky, you never know what you're going to get. That's why mass-produced calls where you don't have a tuner.
Yeah,
it's a crapshoot.
It is, isn't it?
So you have to I may go as many as 10 or 12 lids before I find the right one.
Really?
That matches up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it could be the same exact woods. I did some one time, same woods, too high pitch, change lid, too high pitch, change pitch, too high pitch, change pitch. The fourth one, bass baritone. Where did that come from? You know,
wow.
Just deep sounding.
Is that right, Russ? I mean, is that the way?
That's absolutely right. I mean, I've done the same thing here. Like everything from you'll run the same board, and you'll get different hard spots or different
right.
characteristics in that wood that will create a higher sound or a lower sound, and it doesn't matter. We have to test every single piece, every single paddle that I get. I test it on a box. It may not sound right on this box, but it's not to say that the box on this next one I'm building won't match.
Okay, see, you hear that, Tony? It's not our fault. Okay, Tony? I mean,
yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I was going to say, I'm a woodworker also, and I'm thinking, I'd just like to have his scrap that he throws out in the wood, out the door that he doesn't want to use with all his exotics. That'd be kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, not every piece of wood is going to measure up.
So how long do you have to you get wood? Do you have to use it immediately after you collect it, or can it sit up for a while? I mean, does it change the tone of that? Either one of you guys can answer that.
I think a lot of the calls actually get better with age.
That's what I heard.
As it dries.
Yeah. Is that the same way, Russell? Do you feel that?
That's true as well. I've got a box that I've had sitting on the shelf, and every year I pick it up, it seems to get sweeter and sweeter.
Well, I know that from one of Charles Petrie's that he mentioned Charles there. And, of course, I've got a Robert Clift that just sounds better every year. Now, I may not make it sound better, but I've had somebody else can pick it up and make it sound a lot better than me. It makes me wish when I was in college when I never could get first chair trumpet, there was always that one guy that had better lips than me. And I said, can I change lips with you? Because I want to be first chair trumpet. I think the Turpin calls are first chair, Steve. I mean,
I appreciate it.
And that's what, Russell, I'm assuming you're striving for, right, Russell? I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah. Like I said, everything I touch, it's got part of me in it. And so I don't send out, run of the mill. It's going to have to pass my standards before it leaves this property.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine what it has to be to get a Turpin standard. I mean, Yeah.
And I don't say this. I don't say this about a lot of other call companies, but they make a really nice box call.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to get me one to go to my other collection. You know, I mean, I sit there and look at my trumpet call. It looks pretty on my desk there, Steve. It doesn't sound pretty when it becomes part of my mouth. So I know that for a fact. But all right, Russell, getting ready for the season now. Tell them how they can get in touch with you guys and where you're located.
They can find us here in Somerville, Tennessee. We're located at 17605 U.S. Highway 64.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. We totally revamped this building. It stands out.
It is.
We've got plenty of parking now, and we're open. Shop is open from Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5. We give tours all day long.
Yes.
You come in, pick out your acrylic for a duck call. We can make you a turkey call just about on the spot. So
come see them, guys. Come see them. Rolling Thunder.
Online.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder, and it's in the old Brown Sporting Goods. You will not recognize it. You know, don't go in there expecting to get you a bowl of stew from Mr. Brown like he used to have out there. But it's I've heard it's great. Russ, thank you, buddy. Always good to talk to you. Keep up the good work. Tell that boss of yours to be easy on you, okay? So
I will. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Russell. Nice talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Have a great week. Have a great weekend. All right, we got to get out of here. Steve, again, thank you for being part of this. Tony, thank you for hanging on out there, buddy. We'll get together pretty soon. We'll get together pretty soon, okay? You all right?
No problems. Steve, good talking with you.
Same here.
All right. Let me say, as I always do before Turpin takes us out of here with some music, it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else do we say, Steve? God bless the USA. Give us some music. Give us some music.